Thank you for joining me. Thanks for joining this quick tutorial on how to use a community interactive map. The first thing we'll look at is how to manipulate the map. You can click and drag anywhere on the map to adjust where the map is focused. You can zoom in and out utilizing the scroll wheel on your mouse, as well as the plus and minus buttons for zoom in and zoom out. One additional way to zoom is to double click on an area of the map that you're interested in seeing, and the map will focus on that. Whenever you want to return to that main screen or that main view, you can click the default extent and it will always bring you back to this general map view. The next button to look at is the My Location. The My Location tool allows you to zoom to the nearest location provided by your ISP. It's typically not going to be your house. It may be within a relatively short distance of your residence or your business, but it is location information provided by the ISP. We have many different base maps available for your use. Click on the imagery and you'll see that you can then zoom in and utilize aerial imagery to further identify locations in relation to the geography. Various different street map layers. The light gray canvas is very nice if you would like to depict certain layers and be able to easily identify them in relation to the geography. The next set of tools are the Locate Provider tools. Utilizing this toolbox, which can be clicked on and dragged to a different location, you can put an address in and it will zoom to that location, focus on it, and provide a list of providers who have supplied data that they offer services at greater than 10 megabit per second download and 1 megabit per second upload. You'll see it has zoomed to that location, dropped a marker, and is going to provide us with a list of providers offering services in that particular location. We'll click the reset. If you use this tool, the My Current Location tool, it will act just as this My Location tool did. However, it will zoom to that location, that nearest location provided by your ISP, and it will then report the data for that particular location, just as we saw with the address find. One last tool that can be utilized here is this drop a point on the map tool. If we click on it, select a location that we want it to return information on, it's going to zoom to that location, drop a marker. We'll have a list of provider supplied data at greater than 10 megabit per second download and 1 megabit per second upload. Utilize the default extent view to zoom back out. The next tool that we'll look at is the measurement tools. I'm going to drag this off to the side a little bit and zoom into an area to make it a little bit easier for us to view. The first tool that we'll look at is the measurement tool for area. You can select the units that you're interested in, then click on the map, and when you've completed the area that you want to measure, double click and it will give you the measurements for that area. Again, you have many different units that you can utilize. If we want to measure a distance, we click and you could measure a route. And again, when you're done, double click, it will tell you the entire distance. Again, there are many different units that you can use. The last of the tools here is a location tool. So as we hover over the map, you'll see that the latitude and longitude changes. But if we're interested in identifying a very specific latitude and longitude, we can click on this. We can click on the map and it will provide us with the latitude and longitude of that particular location. In the upper right hand corner, you'll note that there's an Add Data toolbar. You can use this to add information from Esri's ArcGIS Online repository. However, you do need a subscription to that tool set to be able to utilize these. You can point to the URL of a dataset that you may already maintain or other resources may have. You can also upload files such as a shapefile or CSV or Google's KML file format, which will then be loaded into the map utilizing this tool set. If you're interested in identifying or drawing routes or just adding general information to the map on the fly, let's say we wanted to add a potential route from the corner of this intersection. And we can add that. We could add text. And it will add that there. Print maps, utilizing the print tool there, or export maps. This allows you to export based on various different options here. You can select the size of the map you want to export, the format type that you would like to export. There are also some advanced options here where you can adjust things like the author, information about your labels, whether you want labels turned on, whether you want to include the legend. Then you can click the print and it will allow you to save out a map of that particular location. The last tool here is this share button. If we do link options, this will allow us to utilize the current map that we're looking at. It will also let us determine the layers that are turned on. If you share that link, it will allow someone to come back to this exact view of the map. Lastly, on the far left side of the screen is a list of the layers that are available in this particular community's community map. Not all communities have the same layers, and so we're not going to go into depth on these. However, this is where you will turn on and off various different layers of the map. You'll note that to the left of each layer is a little arrow that allows us to expand the legend for that particular layer. And the box where the check mark is here allows us to turn on and off that particular layer. And you'll note that that remains true through all of these various different layers available. You'll see that I can expand and retract the legend for that particular layer. And if I click on it and it were visible in the screen, it would turn it off. I want to thank you for taking a moment out of your day to review this tutorial. Please let your Connected Nation Michigan representative know if there's anything else that we can do to help. Thank you.